Well, good morning and welcome to CityLine. It is great to be in your home. This morning is, oh my gosh, put your glasses on, Amanda. There we go. It's the 5th of March and we have a great hour ahead of us. Later on, we'll be talking with Rags. Yep, it's that time of year again. And we are going to have some of the jewelry that you can actually purchase at Rags here on the air. And we'll get to talk with one of the artists. And of course, we'll get to also talk with Mandy and Miriam as well. Tacoma Little Theater is here. Oh my goodness. They have the musical of all musicals coming up on their main stage. I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, but you definitely want to tune in for this. And then with me, South Sounds Sustainability Expo, if I can get that out this morning. They'll be here to talk about their expo and what you can expect. The Humane Society is here with their Pet of the Week. Meg is here to talk about her beautiful angels she brought with her and how you can adopt this little furry creature. And then with me right now, I have 3 individuals who are here to talk about something that is on everybody's mind, and that is the 2020 census that's coming up. Last week we had Julie Anderson on, our city auditor, talking about how we get counted, how you go to the website, and how important it is. So we have a second chance now to talk about this and to talk about some of the people who are making this happen in our city and in rural areas. So please join me in welcoming Miss Lorraine Ralston. Hello, my dear.
Hello, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too. You are with the U.S. Census Bureau and you are a partnership specialist. I think that's something that we could all be for the rest of our life.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. What do you
Great
do?
job.
I specialize in partnerships.
I do outreach.
I love
promote
that.
The census.
That's fabulous. Thank you for being here. This wonderful woman next to you, Alana Smith, you are with the Eatonville Family Agency, and you are working in conjunction with beautiful Lorraine over here to get the word out about the census. Welcome to CityLine.
Thanks for having us.
And rounding out the couch is Ariele Belo. You are the Director of Deaf and Hard of Hearing Services at the Hearing, Speech, and Deaf Center. Welcome, Ariele.
Thank you.
All right, so let's get to the first question here. When we think about this census, there's so much information out there right now. Give us just an encapsulated version of people who perhaps were too young to participate in a census or have maybe an old idea about what the census is. What is the census as of today?
Well, and, that's a great question because a lot of people don't really remember much about the census or why we do it. But the census essentially, it's a 100% count of every person living in the United States. And we do it every 10 years. So the last time we did it was 2010. So perhaps you don't remember.
Right, maybe you, yeah, exactly.
But we have to count every person living in the country, and we're going to count them on April 1st, which is just in a few weeks.
It is. So this may seem like an obvious question, but the answer to me surprised me when I delved further into this of why is it important for people to be counted?
Well, it's really important to be counted because the census affects so many decisions that are made every day that affect your life, whether you realize it or not. First of all, it's required by the Constitution. It's actually in the Constitution. It's Article 1. So we are required to do it by the Constitution. But we derive our number of representatives in the House of Representatives in Congress. We derive them based on census data. So each state's allocation of representatives is determined by the amount of people living in that state. So that's really important for us to have our voice in Washington, D.C. And then the federal government disperses more than $675 billion
with a B.
year. Billion with a B. Using census data.
Yes.
Really important federal programs in our communities. So we want to make sure that we get our fair share of our tax dollars coming back in to benefit our communities.
Exactly. Think of it as almost like a little personal paycheck that if you don't get counted, you don't get the paycheck.
Absolutely, absolutely. And decisions are made every day using this data, whether it's a nonprofit organization using the data to apply for a grant, or businesses use the data to determine whether or not they want to open a business. Certainly our cities, our towns, our municipalities use the data for transportation planning, emergency management planning. We divide our school districts up with census data, our voting districts. The data is absolutely critical. So every person needs to be counted, and we need to make sure that the data is accurate.
So this begs the question, how can people answer the census, and does it take a lot of time? Because we're all very busy.
Absolutely, and it's really easy to be counted. There are 10 questions on the census, so it should take people about 10 minutes to complete the questionnaire. It's very straightforward. This time around, people will be able to go online to answer the census, and you can go online with your laptop, with your desktop computer, your mobile phone. You can go anywhere that you can access the internet, so you can answer the questions at work, at home, at the library, at the local coffee shop. You're not limited to a device or to a location. We hope a lot of people will go online. We also have a toll-free number that people can call to answer the questions. Both the online option and the toll-free number are available in 13 languages.
Wonderful.
And then finally, we still do have paper forms available that people might be more familiar with from the past, but we really want to reduce the amount of paper down as much as possible. It's very expensive to process the paper forms.
Absolutely. So Alana, I'm sitting here thinking about people who live in rural parts of the county. So what is being done in places like Eatonville, your backyard, to make sure everybody is counted?
Well, in Eatonville, we have a very large service area. It reaches all the way up to Mount Rainier.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's a lot of folks out there that may not be able to get all of the resources that they need. So everybody comes to the Eatonville Family Agency. We're a food bank, and we have a lot of other services that we provide for these folks. So it would just make sense that these people would come to us to be able to do their questions either on our computers, and we help them answer questions. We put informational flyers in their food bags that go out each day so that they can get that information, so that they know that they can come to the agency to get help, to the community center there. They can find out why to be counted, those exact things that Lorraine was talking about, because a lot of people up there may not get that information. When they receive that flyer in the mail, and when they get that information, that notification that they need to fill those questionnaires out, they have a place to go, and we will certainly help them.
And by putting those flyers in their bags when they come into a food bank, is that part of the effort to help children younger than 5 come in? Maybe they're coming in with their parents,
right?
Because they're hard to count.
Exactly, and we also work with the school districts. So in the kindergarten, the preschool age students, so we have information out to those families, and it is our hope that not only those children, but their younger siblings will be able to be notified, and then
we go.
Connect with the whole family. And we also put information out for the backpack program. We have a large backpack program, and so we're reaching those families as well.
I think you've covered all those bases. Miss Ariele, why did your organization, the Hearing and Speech Deaf Center, get involved in the census?
Well, we decided to get involved with this because the deaf community, their first language is American Sign Language, ASL, and it is important to get that translated from English into ASL. So in signing that, we explain what the census means and the questions. A lot of people aren't even familiar with the census or what is important about it. And so we take that English and translate it into American Sign Language and have developed a video for that.
That's fabulous. What special needs does the disabled community have in completing the census?
Well, we use laptops, computers, so that people can access online, and that's been great. Happy to have that technology available for those people that maybe don't have it at home. And for example, at the Hearing, Speech, and Deafness Center, people can come to our center and we can help them again with the equipment and translate that English into the native language of ASL. It's only 10 questions, so it's fairly simple for us to translate that into American Sign Language.
Ariele, what has the reaction been in your community about the census?
Well, many people had no idea. We talk about it, it's 10 years ago, and so they get the card, but they didn't know really what that was, and so there was some doubt and hesitation with it. Same kind of like with the elections. You get papers and there's doubt because they don't know what exactly that is, and so we now do a lot of ASL videos and show that and what exactly that means, with the hopes that more people will be more involved and get counted, and how important that is.
I love that. Lorraine, where can people go for more information?
Well, they can certainly go to our website, the 2020census.gov website. There's lots of information there about the census. There's videos to help people understand how to answer the questions. Pierce County also has a fantastic website, piercecountycensus.org. It's a phenomenal website. They've translated materials into multiple languages, and that will also be very helpful for people to understand what's going on here in Pierce County.
Excellent. So last question here, who do we need to thank?
We need to thank so many of our partners, two of them here on the couch. We have got organizations throughout the United States helping us promote the census. Specifically here in Pierce County, the Greater Tacoma Community Foundation has been outstanding. They have spearheaded efforts within the county to get a complete count. And then our auditor, Julie Anderson, who you spoke with last week, has been tireless to really help us spread the word here in Pierce County.
She has, and I know there are so many other organizations that we cannot thank right now, but we just want to say thank you to all the ones I see constantly on social media getting the word out to be counted. And I want to say thank you to all three of you for being here today and really doing the hard work to get that count out, and we all know that it's so worth it. So thank you so much for your time and for your passion when it comes to the census. You're fabulous.
Thank you.
You're welcome.